Hey, this is Night Child Ghostly Winds. It's been a few days since the last random talk video that I did. Uh, was last one was about hiding behind a mask. This time I'm just gonna go straight into the deep end and talk about my personal strengths and weaknesses. If you see the thumbnail, then you already can tell that you've clicked this video. And I'll probably commenting about the thumbnail and where it came from. Yes, I found an image from the Lisa Baby with Angel and Husker and made a thumbnail edit using myself and all the stuff that I know are mostly a negative to some that can be a positive, to others can be a negative. It's kind of how it like sometimes it like mixes and matches, sometimes it's just like the opposite of the other. Like for example, I can be a little bit overprotective. Anyone that's dealing with drama or any other issues like that, depending on the subject at hand or the topic or whatever anyone's going through, uh if it's someone that I know or trust a lot, I will defend them to every inch of my being until I am no longer wishing to breathe or be sitting on this bed or standing or doing anything right now. Uh, Even though sometimes being protective can be somewhat of a good thing, but at the same time, that can be sometimes a bad thing. I mean, heck, you got the sin of pride. You could be too prideful at the same time. Apparently, pride is one sin you can't beat. But pride can also be a good thing and also be a bad thing depending on the situation and the context. I can be overly judgmental on people, and yes, a lot of people on VR chat can probably say that I am very judgmental to the fact that I can be quite cutthroat to harsh to just enough to make you feel quite hurt emotionally, physically, and much more. In terms of the reason for it, I could throw like many excuses in, but I'm not gonna bother doing that. The other thing I can actually say on it that would make more sense to me is not enough information on both sides of the issue or drama or situation, and the other being too much information overload because there's like so many things going on at once and brain's going into like hyperdrive, and all of a sudden it's like boom, head completely explodes, complete rage mode. Insert the devil inside, might need to come out and go, hey, I'm gonna cause some complete destruction and cause even more mess. uh, Other strengths and weaknesses, I can be caring, but sometimes I can be a little too caring that I can make people feel uncomfortable. Again, depending on the situation, if the person actually needs my help or doesn't need my help, this is a personal weakness of mine. I will, again, being arrogant and to a point where I just push myself to the fact is like, if nobody else is gonna help them out or come at them or anything else, then it's me pretty much pushing myself above and beyond until the person is feeling better, or I'm just sticking by them until something different happens or somebody else takes them off my hands and does what they need to do to help the person back on their feet. Sometimes, even online and in real life, you get the occasional people with issues that I probably shouldn't say on YouTube and other social medias on how deeply personal it can be. From things that will probably break the TOS in terms of a little bit of too much to drink, a little bit of too much of this, a little bit of substance the other, a little bit of family matters this, and many other things that can make this video feel a little bit more longer than it needs to be. But yes, when it comes to people dealing with issues like that, especially with self-hate, hey, if you remember the hide behind the mask video, yes, I still have the self-hate issues. I'm still trying to reduce that to a level where I'm not hating myself as much, which is the reason why I have a Spotify playlist of different music that makes me feel different types of emotions depending on what the song is. Most will be mostly Skillet because Skillet has like a lot of decent songs, even if they are a rock band and also a Christian rock band. Some will be some heavy metal stuff, even though some of them are like self-hate related. Um, I can bring like a whole lot of other bands in, like 3 Days Grace, and a whole lot of other bands that I must feel tempted to change the topic to something like that because of names of the titles, like Apologies from 3 Days Grace is surprisingly a decent track, which I will repeat like over 20 times in the space of a day. Um, and there's the Evanescence songs because what's depression without some music to describe what you're feeling. Even though in my case, being someone with not that much understanding and reading the room and all this other stuff, because autism can be complicated, even though people are like, hey, isn't that something you can get medicated for? No. Even though I've seen so many people use that in terms of like trolling, rage baiting, all this other stuff. No. In terms of my learning and understanding, it is all over the place. It's like I can get like 100% on one thing, but not 100% on another thing. It's just how it's given to me in terms of information and how I gain said information, what I see, hear, view, and try and put it together and put it into my own like field of view, my own opinion, and other stuff like that. Um, Sometimes I feel that I can be a little bit too weak with myself. I mean, I'm strong on trying to help other people, friend groups, and everyone else out, but at the same time, I feel like I'm surprisingly making myself feel a little bit more weaker. So the other people, like from friends and other people, can get a little bit more of a step ahead not in just social media wise, but real life wise. It's like if you need me, I'll try and help out to the best of my abilities, even if I don't have the full context on either side, because every story and drama and issues always has two sides of the issue. Sometimes both sides are wrong, sometimes one side is wrong. And if it's both sides are wrong, then I'm not really going to give a damn. If it's wrong side wrong, then I'm pretty much going at one side or the other. It doesn't really matter what the issue is, but if it's resolved, then that's fine. If it's not resolved, then it's pretty much what most people would normally do, which would be unfriend, block them, ignore them, find something better off to do, and distract yourself over and over again. um, Again, people can also do this with me in terms of their own criticisms and opinions. Hey, welcome to the internet. You're gonna be pretty much attacked, chewed, spit out, swallowed, crapped out. It's the internet. You're gonna be treated like crap or praised like you're a freaking king. It doesn't matter how many you people get in terms of not just views, but it's your choice if you wish to be a part of a community you want to make grow. In terms of my channel alone, sure, I want to do YouTube as a hobby at the moment, but at the same time, I'm wishing to help other communities grow from like the small channels that don't really get much praise, because you know how the YouTube algorithm works is like, okay, the ones with the highest sub count will give them more attention, but the ones that are very small following, we're just gonna ignore them or decide to randomly ban them because of whatever video that was uploaded 2+ years ago that the AI decides, oh, now we can finally get rid of it. It's something I feel YouTube can do better because, again, if you're a high subbed channel, of course YouTube's gonna ignore it, especially in the whole terms of service agreement, which I'm pretty sure in terms of the AI and whoever decided to type it up in like under half a day in terms of being under the influence of alcohol doesn't give a single flying F of a damn what they're doing. No offense, it is run by Google, and good luck if anyone will have the spine to randomly go, hey, I'm gonna go up to Google, say, you're sued, sort out your AI, because it is absolutely broken, as another subject I probably won't talk about, because in terms of channels that I'm following, well, been tuning into while lurking every now and then, in terms of political stuff, I am not gonna even touch the political status of what's going on in other states, because as much as things could get a little bit haywire and go into topics of racism, sexism, and tons of other stuff into one gigantic fireball of a mess, I'm not even going to touch that at all. But in terms of my strengths, which can also be turned into negatives, it's like it's a mix of both worlds. I wish to try and help out as best as I can. I wish to help communities grow as much as they can. In terms of dramas that happen every day, I will try and keep myself away from them, even though there has been dramas that I have committed in the past or of recent in the present day. I do wish to apologize if I have done anything that I need to apologize for now. But if you wish to go at me for it, go ahead. I deserve any punishment that comes in my general direction. In terms of anybody else that's involved, I'd rather keep the people out, because there's no point of causing more drama, because that's just gonna make more issues in terms of strengths, weaknesses, and how to actually grow as a community instead of turning it into a the next 28 whatever days later, years later, or whatever type of zombie apocalypse that YouTube and other social medias may become in the future, if we, or should say myself, should stop looking at the negatives and start actually biting my tongue and actually looking forward through the positives of what content creation and what other people are doing, and just praise them and give them as many compliments and other things on their journey, not just my own, but other people's journey at the same time. So, yeah, that's how I'm going to end this video. As for why I have this Tails Squishmallow with me, Tails is personally one of my favorite Sonic characters, and he is one of my comfort characters in terms of whenever I feel stressed, anxious, need something to like squeeze in terms of anxiety, stress, and other stuff. I'll use this Tail Squishmallow. But if I'm not doing a recording, I would have other means of distracting myself, like having music playing in the background. But since it's YouTube, in terms of copyright and everything else, I need to make certain changes so I can actually do that. But in terms of my whole sensory kind of issues things. Too much noise can, again, drive me to a point where I'm about to like blow in some sort of like a fit of rage or something. So I try to keep the noise balanced from not too much noise, but at the same time have some background noise so I'm not getting to lengths where it's so quiet I'm overly thinking, and then all of a sudden it's the Great Depression, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling blue, I'm feeling distant, I'm pushing everybody away. I want to bring people in, I don't want to push people away and say that I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that. I'd rather make a change instead of treat myself like my thumbnail that I'm going to have to explain this video in a nutshell, what I believe myself is at times versus what other people will probably say in the comment section. Doesn't matter if you're a troll or whatever. Again, I accept whatever comes my way, and I respect everybody who has decided to click this video and hear me ramble for almost 17 minutes. But yeah, I am Night's Child Ghostly Winds, and I hope you will have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or if you're in the Australian state, hope you have a wonderful evening, or if you're having dinner or anything else, I hope you had a wonderful meal. And until next time, I will be trying to upload some more videos if I can. VR chat wise, if I find anything random I can do, I can upload that. Gaming wise, I'm still playing Skyrim. Sorry if it's taking me a while to do everything I need to get done. I still have the Dark Brotherhood to do, and then I have a lot of dragons to get rid of in terms of Dragon Souls, and I have more stuff to do in terms of getting other dragon shouts so I can finally find the dragon that was in the first area when we first started Skyrim, and I will finally be able to finish Skyrim, and then I will be planning on the next video game to stream, uh, which I believe I said was the TMNT Karabunga collection. It will be that, or I can look at the other games that I have on my PlayStation 4. I do have some Ben 10 games I can probably try out just for added fun, because again, I like to mix and match with my content. So at the same time, not only am I trying to bring the good times in terms of like cartoon stuff, animes, and just generally talking for the sake of talking. I'd rather keep the uploads going unless I'm sick or anything else that goes up. I'll probably just make a community post. If not, then it's please wait, be patient. If not, just comment on any of the other videos I have uploaded, and if I get to your comment, I will reply to it. If not, then again, just be patient. I'll upload what I can. Either if I go on break, I will again inform and do that as well. But again, I am rambling, and this is almost going to be a 20-minute video, so I do apologize if I am wasting anybody else's time. I am just going to end it all here, and I will see you all guys next time. I am Ghostly Winds Night's Chow. This is my little squishmallow buddy, and I am out.